Okay, Jackson Latamua gave it to Trey Shackelford. Trey's really stepped up his game, and we're going to need some of those outside receivers to really get going. And I thought he's been one of those guys that had the ability to do those things. Coach T-Bone gave it to Tyson Durant. I think he's been really, really good throughout the course of the first couple days, and he made a big pick in our third down period. And then Coop gave it to Kyle Maxwell. He's battling injury, but we're still finally starting to see what he's capable of doing. Made some big catches down the sideline for us in the pressure period. So those three guys are well-deserving today.
Yeah, I was going to ask about Trey and Kyle. I haven't really heard much about those two so far. Where are they kind of at, and what do you want to see from those guys?
It's been hard to judge Kyle. Once again, he looks different out here. He's one of the few big body wide receivers that we have. Kind of still have the lingering injury from the spring. I think he's finally starting to get his stride. I think he's about 85-90%. So hopefully as we get into week 3, we're going to see the full Kyle Maxwell. But really good signs of life today, and we need that downfield catchability. And tomorrow we get in the red zone. That's where we'll need him.
I don't know if you noticed, but late in one of the team periods, Trey had a huge block. I think I want to say on Jackson.
I don't think everyone heard it.
Oh, for sure.
It was huge. I mean, you got to be a complete player, and I think that's what Coach Edwards stresses more than anything. We just can't be out here to catch footballs and score touchdowns. Play like that is how you win football games. And he came in, cracked the safety, and we're off to the races. It was a great play, and you don't get your name in the paper, you don't get publicity for those things, but that's how you win football games.
Obviously, a unique day. Unique day today with the delay earlier with the lightning and then lifting before practicing. Did you feel like the energy was where you wanted it? Or did you feel like anything changed maybe with the later practice?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where we got sudden change going into practice next week, but it happened today. We came out here, lightning had to go in, came back out, had to go back in, lifted. It wasn't where we needed to be out the gate, and that's just a choice, and I've told these guys, they know where I sit on those things. We're not talented enough to not have the right mentality, and that's okay to say. But when we do have it, we're going to be damn tough to beat. So we got to have it at all times. Like when you come to the compete periods, you can feel it. But it's got to feel it all the way from, period 1 all the way through it. So I thought it was some good, some bad. It's never as bad when you watch the film. But at the end of the day, our guys got to bring it every single day.
I want to ask about the safeties. We've seen Jackson and Boogie a lot with the ones.
Yeah.
Saw Tyson mix in today. Obviously, Tanner, a veteran guy. It seems like you have 4 guys you can really trust to send out there and play the position at the level that you guys want.
Absolutely, and I think Boogie's going to be that piece that we kind of bounce around a little bit. Hicks did that, I think, a couple of years ago. He's going to play some strong, too, some free safety. Durant gives us a big boost of athleticism there. So Jackson is finally getting comfortable at the position. I think injuries through the spring, and then now finally getting comfortable, just excited about what he brings to the table because he does have a breadth of knowledge, and I think he has the physicality that position demands.
Noticed Carlos wasn't out here today. Just any update on him?
Yeah, Carlos is going to be out for a while. We're still kind of going through the medical deals with that. Something with the foot.
Back to Tyson, of course, coming in first year here. What has he kind of brought to your locker room? And obviously we see what he can do on the field.
Tyson is a phenomenal character locker room guy. I think ever since day one, he really was just loving everything that we gave him, and that's just talking about an opportunity. He came in, he just quickly was with the guys, and he's assimilated into our culture, and I think he's been aces ever since. So really happy to have a kid like that here, and that's what we're going to have to do at Washington State out of the portal. I mean, he didn't have many opportunities. We saw traits that we really liked. Coach Ben had connections at Akron, and this is kind of what happens. We get a great character kid that works his tail off.
And have you had any conversations over the past couple of years with the Kansas City Chiefs regarding your DBs? And is that, with both of your guys kind of going that route for the pros, is that factored into your recruitment with that?
Well, I think it just shows kind of development. Both Jalen and Jaden. We got Shaw, Cam Lampkins in a deal. So, just excited about the development of those defensive backs position. We sell our scheme. Those guys know the techniques that we teach them here really translate to what they're going to use at the next level. And then all 4 of those guys I just mentioned have God-given abilities, and the character traits are right, and they work their tail off. That's why they're going to be really successful. So Jalen Watson is a 2-time Super Bowl champion. I mean, it's so awesome to say, and I'm just so proud of that kid and what he's done with kind of the next level of his career.
And what have you seen from your defensive tackles early on in camp?
Well, a little bit. I mean, we talked about it the other day. I mean, the top 3 guys have been pretty dominant, but we can't just roll with 3 guys. So Eddie's going to be mixed in, Bryson, see how he can go, and then these young guys, we got to see what they can give us. So it's a position that's light. It's a little bit concerning, but I know those guys can go out there and play because they all have. All right, guys, go Cougs.